Corinthians 4:7, who hath made thee to differ from another, and what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou hast not received it?
You received it. Right, you received it. You received it. Did you hold on to it? That's the question. Right, you know, that's an old wineskin thing. You can't put new wine in old bottles, but yeah, and when that shit start busting, it start spilling over. You know, flooding. You know, just getting rid of all that good wine, just leaving, leaking. Yeah. You know, just gone. When it was in there, just sitting real good and pretty. It would have been sitting in there good and pretty, but you can't put it in old bottles, man. It can't be stuffed in there, man, because when you let that sit so long, it start breaking down. Yep. You know.
And then you get that
stagnant.
Yeah, you get what do they call it?
Settlement.
No, yeah, the settlement or the deposits at the bottom.
Yeah.
Actually, in the scriptures, call it the lees.
Okay.
Yeah, call it the lees. And the scripture says the Most High is gonna come through Israel and get those guys that are settled on their lease, man. But I wanna grab something real quick. Then I'm gonna let you grab that right there. Hey, this is 2 Corinthians 3:12. It says, "Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech."
All right.
And the elders do that, recognizing the scriptures. You know, you don't. Really, all you got to do is just stick to the basics of this. You know, the deep stuff is just something that's extra. Right. You know, it ain't really the importance
foundation.
Right now. You know, and earlier in this video, we basically established, you know, some of the things that are just the foundations of this. You know, you ain't gotta worry about. Hey, you ain't gonna be saved by how much knowledge you have, man. Right. You're gonna be saved according to the faith that you have, right. Believing that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is that Yahweh is the power, you know, and that Yahweh Shai is the Son, and believing on Yahweh Shai, because you can't get into Yahweh except you go through Yahweh Shai. But then you got some guys that are basically trying to get fame to where they try to select to where they want to go and try to re-break down things that were already broken down, trying to break it down a new way, or trying to bring up something new, when that's not even important, man. Hey, just teach you how Shai crucified. Really, that's all you gotta teach. That's it. And teach people not to take the mark of the beast. That's it. And to trust in Yahweh Shai that He's going to deliver us from this. Just keep it simple.
Hey, one of my favorite basketball players when I was growing up, I used to be a huge basketball fan, is Tim Duncan. I used to be a fan of the Spurs. Now, as he progressed, his nickname is called the Big Fundamental.
Man.
Nothing's amazing about him. You look at him, his highlights are the simplest, basic shit ever.
And it's
basic,
amazing.
right?
It's amazing.
Exactly. Simple bank shot, hook shot, good 15-foot shot, set shot, a nice seal. You're not gonna see him cross somebody over, turn around, hook shot, all this stuff. Like Hakeem Olajuwon, he fundamentally sound. You know, he's a faggot, but he's still, he's the best power forward I've seen play. And you know, and like I've seen him, and you know, it's the same thing with his truth. You simply just stick with the fundamentals. You know, you can get so deep just with the fundamentals. You know, I've learned stuff on the fundamentals. You know, sometimes I ask, you know, the elders questions about something, and they'll still teach me something. And looking back, I'm like, this is kind of basic and fundamental. I've never learned it before, but I'm like, this is basic, but it's still deep to help me, you know, further prove my point. You know, further prove that, you know, let's say the Gentiles were scattered. Help me further prove that, you know, Israel is, you know, we're reincarnated, which I already know, but another scripture that helps prove that, or another verse that helps cut some other doctrine, you know, so you, like, the fundamentals is good enough.
And eat with the milk.
They don't know how to separate the spirit from the latter. You know, they tripping over on some things. Like the elder said, hey, he said that sometimes in the scripture, it may be talking about a rock, and it may be talking about a literal rock. But then sometimes it may be talking about a rock, but it's talking about something spiritual. And they don't know how to separate the spiritual from the latter.
Yeah, of course, that's true. That applies with the deeper things too, because
like we always say, hey, if you get deep in the milk, the deeper things gonna come with the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't begin like this scripture gonna say it perfectly. 2nd Ezra chapter 14.
And the reason he's bringing this out is because some things are set aside for the wise, but then other things are for everybody, you know, and that's the reason why the elders don't just put everything like that. Hey, when you're in a group with them and you're just sitting down and you're talking, hey, they may bring out something that's deep that they never brought out on video before, but that's because, you know, that what they're bringing out right now is for everybody, you know. But you know, the thing that they pretty much put out on the video and the way that they put it out, hey, it's for the elect. And then, you know, some things are meant for everybody to hear. For Esau to hear, for the heathens to hear, for the 2/3 to hear. Yeah. But then certain things in the video they pretty much just wise. They execute wisdom. Matter of fact, can somebody get actually, can you get Hebrews 5 and 12 on deck?
Hey, the apostles. We sat down with the apostles when we were in Chicago, and they were just talking about being brotherly and sticking with the basics, man.
That's it.
That's deep.
Yeah, it was amazing to me. I was sitting there.
Right.
I was sitting on the couch. I was sitting down. I was in tune. I was like, oh shit.
But even the shallow things in this truth are too deep for some people, man. Hey, these people get tripped over on such small things. But yet they think that they can get the large things, man. Hey, that's just like what Yahushua said to the Pharisees. And he said you strain at a net, but you swallow camel, man.
Hey, I'll be studying with the brother right here. You know, sometimes on the phone, and we'll be on the milk. Like I think we was asking like which brother was brother Yahushua, which John. And it was a simple, basic milk. It got deeper just by going in the milk. We went deep as hell. You know, it was a simple, basic question. You know, we went over here, over there. You know, we go over here, go over there. Hebrew, Greek, all that type of stuff. And it started with simple, basic stuff.
Yeah. Like if I might add real quick, like me and the brother was talking, we was going on scriptures on, and I didn't even know, man. I've been in the truth. Like, see, that's why the elders they push like. The milk is very, very important because, man, brothers, we in these camps, man, we doing the work of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Sincerely, we trying our best, you know. But the thing is, though, we don't apply this book to every part of our lives. And if we did, we wouldn't need it. The point is to do that until the end, you know what I'm saying? So, basically, me and this brother was on the phone, and I've been in the truth right now. You hear the story about Rahab the harlot, and then you go into but then we went Matthew's the 1st chapter. You know what I'm saying? Damn, she was in the lineage of Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? This brother, you know, simple stuff. She was one of the four mothers of Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Rahab the harlot, the one that Joshua, you know, that warned them, you know, and they spared her. She probably got taken, and you know, when they got popped, the war and everything, got popped. Next thing you know what I mean? So that's how I go. But I'm gonna bring up, go ahead.
But like on One Punch Man, he was in a fight, and there's like how you get this strong? Like he'll punch you one time, and he'll kill you. And they're like, how'd you get so strong? And he's like, you really want to know? He said, I did 1,000 push-ups, I did 1,000 crunches, and 1,000 calisthenics. And everybody's like, man, you fucking lying. It was just a basic thing, and he got so fucking strong off of just doing the basics, man. Just do the basics, man. Just stick with the basics. The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Just prophesy.
You can't walk without legs under you. You know, the foundations of this scripture is the basics. Right. You know, which is the legs of this whole thing.
Ask a man with no legs to stand.
You know, that's right. Ask a man with no legs to stand.
Right.
Once you get these basics up under you, then you can start trying to build yourself up into the deep things, man.
Right. Trying to run, flip. You know, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 25. It says, and come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart, which shall not be put out, till the things be performed which thou shalt begin to write. And when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise.
That's reason. That's right. Some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. Hey, the elders had a channel that they basically they would publish videos on only for the men that were in good standing with GMS. Not even if basically I would say like the different camp heads around the world. Everybody didn't have access to that. You know, those were the men that were in good standing. They were pretty much wise. The things that they were bringing out, they can't always bring it out to everybody. They can only bring it out to the people because you got certain men that will get the knowledge that they have, and like the brother said, they will get puffed up from the knowledge that was taught to them. You got that in Hebrews?
Yeah, let me say something real quick too before I read this. The same brothers that want to go super deep, those are the same brothers that don't know how to keep the Passover, don't know how to count like
read the Hebrew.
Read the Hebrew. Don't know how to do simple ass stuff like that. You know, I'm not saying like I know all this thing, but you know, I'm not trying to go super deep. You know, super deep. You know, but those are the same type of brothers who you ask them the basic stuff. Right? Can't say that. Can't say that.
Don't know how to keep the Sabbath right.
Right.
These are the kind of guys that would basically keep the Sabbath and tell you that the last Sabbath of the month you got to throw out. You know, the last Sabbath you got to throw out because they don't understand that you transition from the Sabbath to the new moon. If the new moon is right after that Sabbath, you got to keep it.
Hebrews 5 and 14.
Yeah, 5 and 12.
5 and 12. Hebrews 5 and 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Elohim, and are become such as have need of milk and not strong meat.
Read down, yep.
For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongs to them that are full age, even those whose reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. So
you know, you telling me that somebody that's been in this for 30 years don't have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil, to know between what's right in the scriptures, what's wrong, or what's supposed to go here, what's supposed to go there, to link up precepts, to know what certain scriptures is talking about. But yet you, being a babe, or just now coming into this, you're on some level where you can rebuke them, right? And can you grab that? And can you grab you got something?
No.
Or can you grab Psalms 119 and 99?
Hey, I know a lot of you brothers who, you know, work at the job, and you have a new guy that comes in, and he thinks he knows how to do your job better than you, and you know, you like, dog, you've been here, you know, a damn day. You know, how you gonna tell me how to do my job? And you know, always trying to tell you, oh, you should do this, you should do that. You know, I've said this before, you can't teach the moon, you can't teach the sun how to shine. You know, that's what it does. Right. You can't do that. You know, this is the elders. That's and put it like this. People keep thinking like, you know, we worship the elders. But the scripture says give double honors to the elders. Now I don't know, like people say that and don't even understand what that means. First of all, when you give double is twice as much. Right. You know, when you give honor, let's say WWE, they do like honor or tribute to the troops. They put their own like show for them and stuff like that.
Right.
Whatever you do, you give double to the elders. You know, so you see a brother, you like him, you give double honors to the elders. You know, I've been at the camp, and we've had the privilege of seeing, you know, brothers, the elders come, and you know, other brothers come. Now, I enjoyed the brothers, but I can tell you, I had twice as much appreciation to the elders, and it wasn't because they're the elders, but knowing how much they labored in it, how much the marathon class they did. What was it? Saturday, Sunday, I think.
All night. After,
right? Yeah, all night
after camp till like they'll be there till like 3 in the morning. Sometimes sometimes even 2 in the morning.
And that's love. Hey, the scripture says that the Most High will not forget your labor of love. Hey, that's love for them to get on the videos and to want to push that truth out. Hey, we bring out the scripture a lot, but Songs of Solomon, the 8th chapter, it says, if thou wert my brother, then I will bring you in. If thou wert my brother, then would I bring you in and cause you to drink of the spiced wine or pomegranate. That's love. You know, if your brother's a stranger, but yet you want to introduce him to the word of the Most High Heavenly Father, and you love them so much to the point where you're able to basically wear your body out to get this truth out there, man.
Man.